might not one of the bandits. In Burnworth's jail know of the methods employed by thieves and their ilk.
Very well.
I'll guide you there directly.
You have my support.
Any monster we get encountered. Tell me my nonsense, though I'll admit I feel like our prospect. Suppose you think you can afford to be reckless so long as I'm here to heal you. Let's keep still a moment. Magic, correct, dispose of!
Let's revel in the knowledge that this region has escaped its destruction.
We've arrived well enough. Where to next? Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect... you'll find...
I'm only glad to have proven my...
Shall we discuss tactics now or later?
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to...
Though our paths diverge here, it surely
Are
won't
you
be
fit
long.
to travel?
I've a modest talent for spotting material.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Be well, Arisen. I'm not one
It will
for
be an
taking-
honor to serve by your side.
Mayhap I'm fishing in the wrong sea.
Serpents are upon us! Keep in mind that our foe has a resistance to lightning. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. same result with our next attack. Jesus! There!
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. Is this your doing, newest of the Arisen? I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of Vermin. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied and sought e'er greater heights, till at last I ruled the world entire. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One. The being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not. Yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery, for if all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? Aye, 'twas all a farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastly, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of a new Arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the Arisen, for your path is just, and fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here. For this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them.
You have my support.
We too once bore the mantle of Arisen, though no longer. As we walked our respective paths, each of us lost the incomparable strength of will that made us Arisen. One in despair of the dragon's boundless might, one in pursuit of vengeance's cold comfort, and one for fear of what fate held in store. Yet you bear it still, Arisen One. Hold fast to your strength of will, for it shall doubtless lend you the strength you will need to spare this world its end.
Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine all manner of equipment. I myself learned the art by deciphering ancient texts. Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap, and I shall harness it to your benefit. Yet I put myself at your disposal, in the event ye may have need of me. The Arisen is a transcendent being, always chosen by the dragon. It marks for itself the individual who must fell it. Thus, when the dragon is made manifest, so too is an Arisen. And should that Arisen fall, another shall rise in their place. The cycle is doomed to continue till the dragon is felled, for that is what the will of this world has ordained. The dragon is the embodiment of destructive force, though this does not mean that it is evil. Understand this. The concepts of good and evil are mortal inventions, and thus cannot be applied to the dragon. It is a being of a higher order, as are ye, now that the dragon has marked ye, setting ye apart from ye. Then go, since times of remember, draconic blood then I bid ye farewell.
The mad sovereign's power yet girds this place. It could prove the last bastion of hope for the people of this world. Alas, 'twill not hold forever. The coming destruction can only truly be forestalled if 'tis sundered at its heart.
The month I spent with Lord Phases was a queer experience indeed. Though my mind was perpetually unclear, I always felt your presence, Master. Full glad I am that we have been reunited. 'Twas an ordeal indeed, and there is much for us to ponder. But for now, we must find a means to forge ahead.
Well, here we are. It wasn't an easy road.
I've just had a thought. I did not take to being a mage straight away. It was some time before I managed to wrangle my spells under control. Now I bear the title of sorcerer. If a foe needs magical retribution, pray look to me to dispense it. Weapon with the fury of the elements. I knew you would prevail, Master. Dare I say it? We trounced our opponent, well and true. We mustn't allow ourselves to be confused. Take each trial as a You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. Arisen, we ought to heal ourselves while we have the chance. Fight! To arms! Of course. You truly are formidable, Arisen. You've been doused in oil. You must steer clear of fire. do not understand. What has befallen our world? In truth, I cannot help but fear what lies ahead. Yet I shall defend our master's world all the same. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. When tarred, be sure to avoid open flame. follow me. Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time. It is not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid. We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here? I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen. One of us has been silenced. My protection.
I'll keep them pinned down.
Splendid. These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair. Well fought, Arisen. Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues. Outstanding. My magic will imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Forgive me for being third in the river.
Would you mind coming over here? Master, I'm not sure how much longer I can keep going without rest. I only hope we don't encounter any foes. We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Hoy! No need to overthink it. You can change... it on a whim. You've no pleasure doing business.
Enough.
A customer, then. That changes things.
I've never heard such nonsense.
I'll not stand for this.
As if things weren't bad enough.
Dreadful.
From bad to worse.
Well met.
I'm done for, aren't I? You've got them right where you want them.
Take a moment to replenish my strength.
Oh, well met. Thank you for your patronage.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful. The Arisen...
I trust aught swells.
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
Sir Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of we shan't weather this calamity, unless we can recall our common purpose. Ah, the people despair and I maintain order as best I can. But enough of my woes. You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, it is likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
Flared tempers are understandable given the circumstances. Let us aid in mediating the quarrels arising in Batal. Right you are.
You'll get what...
I'll not take that from you! Sorry, sir.
You've got them right where you want them.
How might I be of assistance?
Now's your chance!
I've had well enough of your...
I reckon the world would be better off without...
Go on.
Oi, you! Don't go...
Aye, leave off or...
Hit him harder! Go on, hit him harder!
Scared? Huh, not on your life.
Have you lost your bloody...
Reckon you can just cut us down? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine.
Well met.
Tis a colour as fine as aught I've seen.
I've never seen one.
It's been a hard day.
Looking for aught in particular?
Wait to see what the day holds.
Oi, I saw it first.
Why must I share with a fangless one?
You there! You could put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? If that's what you think, why don't you mind your...
Aye, clear off. I'll not take that.
Stop this, father! Please, you must stop my...
Welcome. As a discerning customer like yourself will doubtless appreciate, we offer... excellent service. At a fair, do come again.
Stop this, father! Unbelievable.
Oi, leave my...
What's that you've got? Why, 'tis half rotten. Do you mean to poison...
I say we call a truce while we put paid to this scoundrel.
Aye, agreed. A menace...
How awful!
Heavens have mercy! Unbelievable.
Have faith, and you
shall
show them.
Now you've gone and made me lose my temper.
I can't make head or tail of this. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Why, that we're done for. I near stood a
Fight well now, else there is no tomorrow.
Look around if you must, but be sure to buy aught.
Ah! You slander my honor! no business.
Now. If we are to do otherwise, who's...
Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over... You have my gratitude, sir.
Have at you!
I'm none too proud to scalp up. Heavens! No!
Stay back! Get caught in the fray. Show them what for!
You're really pushing your luck.
Oh, what does this say?
Losing my nerve.
Have you lost your wits?
Steal yourself!
Townsman.
Nay.
We owe you a debt. Were it not for your timely appearance, I'd wager this not...
Indeed. Better to hope... It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this.
Most of only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing...
This sort of quiet means
Do with a decent supper.
Ah, Sir Arisen. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this calamity. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now. By your leave.
I've got to focus. My shift's only just begun. I've got to focus.
Barely the vim to time my boots.
Such
quietude is a blessing.
The heavens will surely heat up on this night.
So stiff.
I do hope 'tisn't crack. This place ne'er fails to calm my spirit.
I know not what to call it, but a miracle. Empress Nadinia has returned to us from beyond the veil of death. Her Majesty has begun her supplications. She prays for the world to be delivered from its doom. I must ask you to wait till she has finished, ere you seek an audience with her.
One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave.
Back Batal and the rest town are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely on Sir Manella to keep the peace. That was certainly worthwhile. What is amiss with the flow of time? 'Twould seem this is no longer the world we know. Is there no way to return things to how they were before?
wonder if anyone will notice it and stay here with it.
I'm about ready to fall asleep on my feet.
I've been here so long, I almost forgot why I came.
So long as I have my health, I shan't complain.
Maybe it isn't the colour I was hoping for. I'm not interested.
Aught you need of me?
Did you need something?
It isn't easy, dear. Looks like we both got some time on our hands.
Come to observe.
I don't have all day. Might look easy.
Might look easy.
The red clouds, they swallow all they touch. I suppose the safest place is left.
Good day, sir.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in...
Do you take...
More must be urged to evacuate. We ought to choose our next destination based on the movements of the clouds.
The Battalion Knights use this place to train. You're not one of us, so I cannot imagine you've any business being here. Pray. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could... A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his wife, well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any of my knights on her. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you, a third party. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready to depart with all due...
Ah, I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation. You have my support. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor. We must not let down our guard. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise. We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. Come to think of it, our ranks have gone unchanged for a while now. Methinks we can move this boulder if we work together. Shall we set it rolling? I cannot fault your prowess. Think nothing of it. Splendid. Never you fret. We all have our moments. I'll take that. We might find a use for it. I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location? Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses. I will protect you.
Well now, whatever brings you here? These are perilous times to be wandering about. You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand extended only in kindness.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful. The path seems much changed since last we walked it.
That was certainly worthwhile.
The red clouds portend naught but ill omens. If only we had some means of dispelling them. We must find a way. Then I shall remain by your side.
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins, I wonder?
Would you find Ser Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg your assistance. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. Sir Lamond, his name is. The man's something of a regular at our hot springs. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon... At this point, he thinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Perhaps we might speak with this Sir Lamond. The evacuation effort stands to benefit from another pair of hands. Understood.
Aye? What would you... Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone, cuz. You got that? True enough. That lot can barely hold a blade between. Still, I reckon they've their pride. Why don't ye do it? If ye so what? Oi! I heard out your request. Kindly bugger up.
Sir Lamond has refused to lend his aid, and it seems there's little hope of changing his mind. Let us inform Sir Ernesto. A disappointment, to be sure.
So, Sir Lamond is not to be convinced. The hour of our departure is almost upon. It will be slow going, no doubt. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
The people of Volcanic Island are evacuated. May they make it through the impending chaos intact. You have my support.
I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
I've weapons to sell. Truth be told, I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. What with the volcano growing more active of late as well. Always a pleasure.
You're no soldier. I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a... You favour your head at least. Always a pleasure.
You've chosen the path of the magic archer, then. A sensible choice. 'Tis a vocation requiring peerless dexterity. It suits you well, Arisen.
I fear for the arbor.
Isilrod Fanan?
My friend, when word reached me of your uncanny what has become of this world? We cannot be sure we will be safe here. Yet this place is all we know. All we have. You think we need to evacuate? I see. And you know of a place where we might find refuge? I should gladly follow you, but I fear my father will not be so easily persuaded. Nonetheless, we can but try. Come.
As arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the other people. Let us follow our guides that we might speak with them. You have my support. This is my first time clapping eyes on such an item. I expect my own master has yet.
Akaya arume fa in iterond, etele. Eldalia noon in Lalasta.
Salma Arin.
Tis strangely quiet hereabouts. Where are our foes lurking? I'll take the peace and quiet over a horde of enemies any day. Pray, allow me to open yon chest. Far exceeds that of others. We must challenge and defeat it all the same. Let my magics grant you an elemental. I will finish this, here and now! The elves of the Arbor have long treasured this place. It saddens them to see it defiled by its nature. On my way! The fiend moves nimbly by clinging to the brain. Try to keep it within your gaze at all times. The Catholic is one of those behind it. We could find a way to get ourselves into an advantageous position. Understood. My curative magics are at your disposal. Like that. Victory is at hand. Give no quarter. The bride will receive it. Will not find a better opening. Strike the ball. Now! Our foe is repelled by some miracle. Now this region shall be safe. At least for the time being.
see you do not relent. Your persistence is most intriguing. What is it that impels you, I wonder? Alas, would that the world had not come to this. For I am certain that your tale would have been a glorious one. Yet, 'twas not to be. You need only cast your gaze upward to glimpse the futility of your defiance.
Sono oio luntarma.
Ilem nun les canalen calia lom.
Findernar, ne veo norwende lis kemen, moriven lis irumar meltol netara.
Kasinke telpe nun finaler, nun mor arta her. Karilm ilmen arkael, silfanambawe nun kalael alame, angadur sindi.
Mornambwe hiroth enfane ava silmines fana. Eruarne kemen malantar ingadur, fielis lintan morivin nun we ingerina?
Kemenindor kanyan irils aldekar. Eteler le affair mor eldalia eralotte. Ondovana alvekil eteler ne anler ailame.
I am afraid my father has closed his heart so tightly that even if only the Arbor heart were restored to health, perhaps he...
Lungtena peli telume, ane martir tin... Kiriando anmaindor hiroth, arta hir kuri...
I am afraid my father... If only the Arbor heart were restored to health, perhaps he might be persuaded.
Kiriando anmaindor hiroth?
Halan Ostolintana.
Monelintar?
Ronde minita.
Dir alcali.
Alakail.
Numi ondo, anin gelia vani alviki.
There is naught more you can achieve here, Arisen. The time for resistance is long past.
Sono oio luntarma.
Master.
Non fe nembawe.
Monelintar?
Eteler, nandewen fa.
Falis heron.
Ne affair mor finnin tarma. Yav tarma
Nun ve oyonda atar. Salma Arenfer, Alekano Nanderin.
Nelis Kaliel. Falomatari nun fear. We herua. Elelote and osto silfa malantha Alekano sinde fir arenka.
Tis a chest. I shall...
Ayolot, run the millet. Falomatari nun fear.
Nihia Meniel, Falia, Tielvana,
Falomatari nun.
Kemenindor?
And the wind fan more in Osto el Calwa.
Nea fair more Finland. Yav tarma er.
Ilmen Arenfanne.
All that remains is for you to fulfill your final duty, to witness this world's end with your own eyes.
The sky glows red with fury. But what have we done to earn its ire? There is much I do not know. Do you know anything of this calamity? There is much I do not... I pray the Arborheart is faring well.
Ilmen Arenfanne.
Arefan. Nambao. Kiriando Unmindor.
I am afraid my father has closed his heart so tight. If only the Arbor Heart were restored to health. Perhaps he...
Today I feel as if I've... all the time in the world.
Arefan. Nambawe. Kiriando Unmindor. 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 Hiroth. Kiriando Unmindor. Kiriando Unmindor. Kiriando Unmindor. Kiriando Unmindor.
I am afraid if only the Arbor Heart were restored.
Kiriando Unmindor. Kiriando Queriendo Unmindo. Queriendo...
Ferale Elia Menelera.
Atane Finna.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
As long as you please. Stomachs growl. Time for emergency.
Lots to do. Precious little time. Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. Where have you been this past month? The end of the world. Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we in the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Mayhap 'twould be for the best. Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary, but I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your Majesty would do better to ask this of the Regent King. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
Maintaining order in Vermont must be quite a burden upon the young Regent King. Let us aid him however we may. Of course.
It's been a hard day.
Interested in my wares?
Work time's free.
We shall remain here.
I'd sooner stay out of that. But not at the expense of money.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this world.
Such quietude is a blessing.
Recruits to train, arms to procure. No time for sleep.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I cannot bring myself to leave my own mother behind. If I cannot convince her, I mean to remain here and share in her fate. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate, and I would fain welcome your assistance. We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for their use? You may assure him that the Royal Treasury will foot any and all expenses.
What to do about combat training?
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely tucked between you and me. I fear for... Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? Well, far be it from me to deny you. But I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. All I did for my darling son. So do as you will. The throne and its powers. Hope. The throne and... What are you doing? Unhand me at once! Guards! Help me!
You have brought Mother to me, I see. My thanks, friend. You have done me a great service.
Sven.
You may leave us. Now that we can speak without a door twixt us, I am confident that I can persuade her. This was in Mother's room. I did wonder where it had gotten off to, but why would she... Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign solely for your own benefit. Yet in truth, you sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And handsomely at that. Besides, I cannot deny that I was proud. I wish to see my own son on the throne, and no other.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been avoided. Had I only been more attentive, if I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together, we could have walked a better path.
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis yours.
My son, you truly would make a fine and goodly ruler. Your kindness will save many lives. Of that I have no doubt.
Mayhap I'll come here when I have a day to myself.
Would that such peace?
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
I must earn.
I've more time than I know how to spend.
Prayer's a waste of time. No one's listening.
Suppose I better get to work.
But not at the expense of my duty.
Cultivates wisdom.
Is there being
If I don't have
trouble
enough to
there?
do.
How to present. Be gone with you, ruffian. These carts are mine. I paid good gold for them. And if you think I'll surrender a single one, you'd best think again. I require the use of all of them to transport my wealth to safety.
Is this enough?
Be gone with you. And if you think I'll surrender I require the use of all of them.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I've just sold off my last cart. That fellow over there gave me a handsome price for half a dozen of them.
At last!
Is this enough to have avoided the worst?
Begging your pardon, sir, but...
What are you doing? Put that away. No! Spare me! I fear for my life.
You had tried cook... Well, as a matter of fact, I'd like to... It didn't sit right, see? Having my wares claimed by some puffed-up minister trying to save his own skin. Anyhow, as long as I've got my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. And if that craven comes crawling back, I'll tell him bandits took them.
They say a crisis reveals one's true character, but that man was no less miserably selfish than he always seemed. Right you are. If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
Barely lift their swords.
Forgive me for last night's scuffle.
Watch out. I've clean forgotten.
Mayhap I really would have been better off a baker.
Goods to train. Arms secure. No time to sleep.
Ah, you've returned. How fares your... You do? My thanks. That puts paid to the last of our preparations. I will inform the citizenry forthwith.
Stomach places like it's a thankless job, this.
I'd sooner.
There's no easy thing making a living as a soldier.
Wonder if it's too early for dinner.
When does my watch out? I've clean forgotten.
This has gone from
I'm
bad
not
to
going to take that
worse.
from you. I'd sooner stay out of the relentless
so well in.
Some of us get to
Right in there, no gold in my pocket.
Oh, got to keep moving.
When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten.
Back to it, I suppose.
Nambao.
Halan Ostolintan.
Kiriando Unmindor. Kiriando Unmindor Hiroth. Kiriando Unmindor. Kiriando Unmindor Hiroth. Kiriando
Halan Ostolintan. Non Wendy.
Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry. There is aught I would ask of you. My thanks.
Very well. I shall return. As a matter of fact, forgive my asking, but you seem to bear quite a few scars.
You have my gratitude. Pray, take this with...
The fire must be put out ere our comrade learns. That was an unsettling... Venom harpies! Avoid their venom at all costs!
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true. We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. Just yonder looks to be a good spot. For harvesting ingredients.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?